My name is Christopher Kellner. I go by Chris. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Metalex Africa. It's a great question because it can be very tricky sometimes to balance those two factors. One of the things that we do is we look for employees that are skilled in multiple proficiencies. And so in that case, they stand a chance to actually make more money and get a higher pay rate. And then instead of having to hire two people, we've only hired one. Another way that we balance cost with efficiency is by focusing on repairing instead of just having a knee-jerk reaction to buy a new version of whatever it is, whether it's a valve or a pump. We have a fantastic mechanical team led by our lead mechanical engineer, Franz. And his first reaction to any issue or something breaks is he goes in and has his team tear the item down and see if it's viable to repair versus having to purchase new. So that's another great way to kind of, one, save on cost and focus on efficiency. And finally, we're at a fantastic site. We've got a lot of supplies around that are currently not being used, and so a lot of it is just repurposing items, and that's another great thing that Franz and our mechanical team really focus on is, what can we use that, provided that it does the job and it's safe, what can we use in place of having to maybe buy and spend money on a new item. So number one is our leadership team. We found a fantastic group of leaders, all with good mining experience that was all very heavy safety culture oriented. Our lead safety officer is Chris Bualia, who has a fantastic background both on the mining and processing side. And he does a fantastic job really setting the tone for safety culture here at COO. One of the other things that we do is we really focus on a bottom-up method of viewing safety, where one of the things that I often in safety meetings that I'll bring up is that the most junior person on site, the person that arrived yesterday, if they see an unsafe item, that they need to not be afraid to call that out, and it could be to the most senior person. If they saw, not that I'm the most senior person, but if they saw me walking around in an area that required a hard hat, I tell them, hey, you need to tell me, nope, sir, I'm sorry, you can't come in this area without the right PPE, and then I would have to, of course, go back and get it, and that's kind of what we expect, right? It doesn't matter seniority. It's all about safety at this site. And finally, learning from every single incident, right? Every time there is even a near miss, obviously in our morning tailgate meetings, we bring up things like near misses and any potential safety issues that may have occurred, and we talk through them and kind of talk through what the root cause was and the things that we need to be really aware of. It's really our job as the team or the folks that have the most experience in mining and have seen a lot of these types of incidents and really have that heavy safety background to teach those that maybe don't come from mining or maybe don't have as heavy of a safety focused background. So the journey thus far, it's been a wild journey for sure. I've really enjoyed it. One thing that I've definitely learned, maybe this is just really reinforced, is that no matter where you go, people are people, right? Everyone, they want a good job, they want to be treated with respect, and they want to be able to provide for their families. And we're all trying to do that. We're all just people, and while I might not be from Zambia, I have a family, I have kids, same ages as a lot of the folks here who have kids. And it's just, fun to hear some of the same issues that we all kind of have. Also, another big thing that I've learned specifically being in Zambia is how industrious Zambian people are. Our employees are fantastic. I'm always impressed by the amount of thought that goes into problem solving, and also how there's never a, oh no, we can't do this, or this isn't possible. It's always okay, well, how can we do this, or how much work will it take to get something done? We continuously run into issues where, being so far from normal stores and stuff, it's not like we can just run down the road and pick up, some screws or some bolts. So we're always in a situation where we might suddenly need a fix for something, and our team and our people just come up with these fantastic solutions. which is just really impressive. Zambians are very hard workers and just very industrious and very problem-solving oriented. My priorities when overseeing an operation like Kazozu, definitely safety. Safety is by and far number one. The goal is that everybody goes home with all 10 fingers and 10 toes, and everyone is in an environment where they are respected and treated with dignity. That is very important for us as a company, and we know that that's important for every individual to feel that and to be respected in that way. Obviously with this construction project going on, an active leach plant operating, and operations in the pit, there's a lot to oversee. And so having having managers in place that are competent and understand not only mining but understand people is extremely important. And then finally, from a cost perspective, making sure that we're hitting budget and overseeing the needs of the plant, the needs of the construction team, the needs of the mine, and making sure that we're making the best decisions from a commercial standpoint as possible. My vision for Metalex operational growth is really to watch this team continue to grow into just a really fine-tuned machine, right? From everyone from the managers to the kind of middle management and skilled workers to down to your day laborers. Watching everyone kind of come together and, all be kind of on the same sheet of music from a safety consciousness standpoint, but also just, understand each other and communicate well with one another, and really to be hands-off and not have to worry about things if I'm not on site, or maybe if I'm not in Zambia. So watching that, and then also how everything kind of branches off into the different segments, with the leach plant and the concentrator and the mining side, and then plus, then we even have, some of the other side projects that will really flourish and help the community. Those are the things, watching that trickle-down effect and then seeing the community kind of grow as a whole is really exciting. And while that's not really operationally focused, that's what is going to be that fantastic byproduct of increasing operations here at Kazozu. Motivation on high pressure days. The high pressure days themselves are motivation alone. Sometimes it's the high pressure days that where everyone really rises to the occasion. I feel like I absolutely try to. I'm often inspired by some of our managers. You see a lot of things coming that weren't expected. A lot of days, as I'm sure everybody kind of has, is you've got this great plan in place, and then the next thing you know, there's something that happened over here that you weren't expecting, and something that happened over here, and suddenly it's like, oh wow, we've got a lot of these emergencies that we have to fires to put out that we have to address, and then seeing some of the managers really step up and really without even breaking a sweat, just being like, oh yep, nope, okay, well, we got so and so taking care of that, we got so and so taking care of that. It's just really inspirational to me, and it's how I try to manage, and so it's fantastic to see other managers that really do a fantastic job, not really being too adversely affected by those higher stress situations, and just handling it without even breaking a sweat.